Sit down now. What's about to hit your life is massive. Chosen one, stop running for a moment. Stop overthinking. Stop trying to force answers out of people who were never assigned to understand your destiny. God is saying, sit down now, because what is about to happen in your life is bigger than anything you've imagined. You have cried enough. You have questioned yourself enough. You have stayed awake at night, wondering why the attacks never stopped, why people switched on you, why doors closed in your face right when you thought things were finally getting better. But heaven says there was a reason for every delay, every betrayal, every lonely season, and now the truth is about to be revealed in a way that will leave even your enemies speechless. You thought you were losing, but in reality, God was separating you. Separation feels painful when you don't understand purpose. Sometimes God removes people because they can't go where He's taking you. Sometimes He isolates you because the noise around you was blocking your ability to hear His voice clearly. The rejection hurt because you loved deeply. The abandonment crushed you because you were genuine. But hear this clearly. They didn't walk away because you lacked value. They walked away because your future intimidated spirits they could not control. Your light exposed things hidden in darkness, and instead of changing themselves, they chose to distance themselves from you. Chosen one, there is a shift happening around your life right now. You may not fully see it yet, but things in the spiritual realm are moving fast. The pressure you've been feeling is not random. The heaviness, the strange battles, the emotional exhaustion, the moments where you felt like giving up for no reason at all, those were signs that something major was approaching. Whenever heaven is preparing to release a breakthrough, resistance increases. The enemy attacks hardest when he knows he's running out of time. And that is exactly why your life has felt like a war zone lately. God says the season of barely surviving is ending. Read that again in your spirit. The season of just making it through the day is coming to an end. You have spent too much time carrying pain silently. You smiled while your heart was breaking. You encouraged others while secretly feeling empty yourself. You kept showing up even when your soul felt tired, and heaven saw every moment of it. Every tear you cried in private has been collected by God. Every prayer whispered in weakness has reached heaven. You were never abandoned. You were being prepared. There are blessings coming into your life that will not make sense to people who underestimated you. Opportunities are about to appear suddenly. Connections are about to form unexpectedly. Doors that looked permanently shut are about to swing open without explanation. God is about to move in such a powerful way that nobody will be able to deny His hand on your life. The same people who ignored you will suddenly notice you. The same people who doubted your worth will begin speaking your name differently, not because you changed for them, but because God is changing your position. Chosen one, stop shrinking yourself to make others comfortable. You were not created to fit into spaces that require you to dim your light. You are carrying something rare. That's why your journey has been unusual. Ordinary people do not go through the kind of spiritual warfare you faced. The attacks came because of the calling over your life. The confusion came because your purpose is dangerous to darkness. The enemy wanted you distracted, discouraged, insecure, and exhausted because he knew what would happen if you ever fully realized who you are. But now God is waking you up. There is a new confidence rising inside you, a new level of discernment. You are starting to see people differently. You are starting to recognize manipulation faster. You are no longer begging for acceptance from those who secretly prayed for your downfall. And that growth is making the wrong people uncomfortable. Let them be uncomfortable. You spent too much time making sacrifices for people who would never do the same for you. This next season is about alignment, not attachment. God says you are entering a season where your peace will become more valuable than proving yourself. You no longer need to explain your heart to people committed to misunderstanding you. You no longer need to chase validation from those blind to your worth. The chosen walk differently because they are led differently. Sometimes your path will feel lonely because not everybody has the capacity to carry what you carry, but never confuse isolation with punishment. Some of your greatest blessings are being born in private. Right now, heaven is rearranging things behind the scenes. People are being removed. New doors are being unlocked. Delayed answers are finally moving toward you. What felt stuck is beginning to shift, and suddenly, things that once drained you will lose their power over you. God is cutting cords that have kept you emotionally trapped. He is breaking cycles that ran through your bloodline for generations. The patterns stop with you. The pain stops with you. The confusion stops with you. You were chosen to become the turning point. There were moments you almost quit. Moments you wanted to disappear. Moments you questioned if your life even mattered. But the reason you survived every attack is because your assignment is not finished. God protected you when you didn't even realize danger was near. There were battles fought for you in the spiritual realm that you know nothing about. You are still here for a reason. There is greatness attached to your existence, and heaven refuses to let darkness destroy what God ordained. Chosen one, hear this carefully. Your comeback will be public. The same people who witnessed your struggle are about to witness your elevation. God is not hiding your testimony anymore. The season of silence is ending. What He is about to do in your life will inspire people who almost gave up on themselves. Your survival carries power. Your story carries healing. Your voice carries authority born from pain. You didn't go through everything just to stay broken forever. And stop believing the lie that you are behind in life. You are not late. You are not forgotten. Divine timing does not move according to human pressure. While you were worrying, God was positioning things perfectly. Some delays were actually protection. Some closed doors were saving you from future destruction. Some relationships had to end because they would have sabotaged your destiny later. Looking back, you will realize God was guarding you even when you felt disappointed. There is financial breakthrough coming for many chosen ones reading this. Years of struggle have taught you how to survive with almost nothing. You know what it feels like to pray over bills, to stress in silence, to carry responsibilities that became overwhelming. But God says lack will not define your future forever. Resources are being released. Ideas are being activated. Unexpected favor is locating you. The same God who carried you through seasons of emptiness is about to show you what overflow feels like. But understand this, the blessing is not only material, God is healing your mind too. Because what good is success if your soul remains wounded? He is restoring your confidence after betrayal, restoring your joy after depression, restoring your ability to trust after disappointment. The enemy attacked your mental peace because he knew a healed version of you would become unstoppable. But healing is coming, clarity is coming, strength is coming back into your spirit. Some people cannot go into this next season with you, and deep down you already know who they are. Every time you try to move forward, they pull you backward emotionally. Every time you share your dreams, they plant doubt. Every time you begin healing, they reopen old wounds. God says release them. Not everybody assigned to your past is qualified for your future. Stop holding on to people out of guilt while they slowly drain your destiny. Chosen one, your energy is sacred now. Your peace is sacred now. Your focus is sacred now. Protect it. Stop allowing access to people who constantly create confusion in your life. You are entering a season where discernment must become stronger than emotion. Some smiles hide envy. Some compliments hide competition. Some people clap for you publicly while secretly hoping you fail privately. But God is exposing hidden motives around you because He refuses to let deception follow you into your next level. The shift coming into your life will happen suddenly. One phone call, one opportunity, one connection, one moment can change everything. Do not underestimate what God can do in a short period of time. Heaven does not need years to transform a situation. God can reverse impossible circumstances overnight. He can restore what was stolen. He can rebuild what was broken. He can open doors no human being can shut. And what's coming will not be small. It will be massive. That is why God keeps telling you to sit down and trust Him. Because if you keep trying to control everything, you will miss the miracle unfolding behind the scenes. Faith requires surrender. You cannot receive divine direction while operating from panic. The chosen one must learn how to be still even when chaos surrounds them. Your calmness in this season is a weapon. While others panic, you must remain connected to God's voice. There are people watching your life secretly, wondering how you keep surviving everything meant to destroy you. They cannot understand your resilience because they don't see the grace covering your life. You should have broken completely by now. You should have lost your mind after everything you endured. But God kept you standing. Bruised maybe, tired yes, but still standing. And that alone is proof that your life carries divine protection. The attacks against you were never personal alone. They were spiritual. The enemy recognized your potential before you fully recognized it yourself. That is why confusion targeted your identity. That is why disappointment followed certain seasons. Darkness wanted you to believe you were powerless when in reality you were chosen. But now the veil is lifting. You are beginning to understand your authority. And once a chosen one truly awakens, everything changes. God says stop apologizing for evolving. Some people only liked the version of you that lacked boundaries, the version that tolerated disrespect, the version that stayed quiet while being mistreated. But growth changes things, healing changes things, wisdom changes things. And now people who benefited from your brokenness are uncomfortable with your transformation. Let them go. Your assignment is not to remain wounded just to keep others comfortable. There is a divine acceleration coming into your life. Things that once moved slowly will begin happening rapidly. Answers will come quicker. Opportunities will multiply. Clarity will replace confusion. You are entering a season where God will make up for lost time. The years of pain were not wasted. The lessons learned in isolation are about to become valuable. Your struggle built strength that success alone could never produce. Chosen one, you are not ordinary. Stop treating yourself like you are replaceable. There is a reason your intuition is strong, a reason your spirit senses things before they happen, a reason people feel exposed around you. God placed discernment inside you for protection. Use it. Stop ignoring red flags because you want to see the good in everyone. Everybody does not deserve access to your heart. This next chapter will require courage, because abundance can feel unfamiliar when you've spent years surviving hardship. Peace can feel strange after living in constant stress. Healthy love can feel uncomfortable after experiencing betrayal. But do not sabotage what God sends because it feels different from what you are used to. Your old pain is not your permanent identity. Heaven is saying your waiting season is producing results. Even when nothing seemed to move, things were aligning. God was building discipline in you, patience in you, wisdom in you. The blessing would have destroyed an older version of you, but now you are becoming prepared to sustain what is coming. Growth always happens before elevation, and let this settle deeply in your spirit. What God has for you cannot be stolen by another person. No betrayal can cancel your destiny. No witchcraft can block what heaven already approved. No rejection can stop divine purpose. People may delay things temporarily, but they cannot destroy what God ordained for your life. The chosen are protected differently. Very soon, You will look back at this painful chapter and realize it was the turning point. The heartbreak pushed you closer to God. The loneliness taught you discernment. The betrayal taught you boundaries. The struggle taught you resilience. Everything was shaping you into who you were always meant to become. So do not give up now. Do not quit 5 minutes before the miracle arrives. Do not allow temporary emotions to make permanent decisions. You have survived too much to stop here. God says massive change is approaching your life. Massive healing, massive breakthrough, massive restoration, massive elevation. Things are shifting in your favor even now. The spiritual weight you've been carrying is breaking. Chains are falling. Old cycles are ending. And a new chapter is opening before you. Chosen one, your story is about to change. And when it happens, nobody will be able to deny that God's hand was on your life the entire time. Chosen one, the pain of separation is never easy, especially when you gave your heart, your loyalty, and your energy to people you truly cared about. You questioned why certain relationships had to end, why people suddenly changed toward you, and why you were forced into seasons of loneliness you never asked for. But what you thought was abandonment was actually divine protection. God was removing distractions, hidden enemies, and unhealthy attachments from your path because they could not go where He is taking you. Some people were connected to your comfort, but not your calling. They were assigned to a chapter of your life, not your entire journey. The isolation you experienced was not meant to destroy you. It was meant to strengthen your spirit and sharpen your discernment. When God separates a chosen person, it often feels confusing at first because the process is painful. You may feel forgotten, rejected, or misunderstood. But heaven works differently than the world. Sometimes God will pull you away from noise so you can finally hear His voice clearly. He will allow certain doors to close because He sees dangers you cannot see. He will remove people you were fighting to keep because He knows they would eventually damage your peace, your purpose, and your future. There were people around you who smiled in your face but secretly carried jealousy in their hearts. There were connections draining your energy while pretending to support you. God saw conversations behind your back that you never heard. He saw hidden motives you never noticed. And because His hand is on your life, He refused to allow those spirits to remain attached to your destiny. What felt like rejection was actually redirection. What felt like loss was really preparation for something greater. The lonely season taught you how to depend on God instead of depending on people. It taught you how powerful you really are when nobody is clapping for you. It forced you to grow emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. The chosen are often separated before they are elevated because God needs them focused, healed, and prepared for the massive blessings ahead. You are not being punished, you are being positioned. And very soon you will understand why certain people had to leave your life before your breakthrough arrived. Chosen one, the battles you have been facing lately are not random. The emotional exhaustion, the constant pressure on your mind, the sudden conflicts, the heavy feeling in your spirit, and the moments where you felt like giving up completely are all signs that something is shifting around your life. Whenever God is preparing to elevate someone, resistance increases. The enemy does not waste energy attacking people who are not a threat. The intensity of your warfare is connected to the greatness of your calling. That is why it feels like everything has been hitting you at once. The enemy recognizes that you are closer to breakthrough than ever before, and he is trying to drain your faith before you step into the next chapter God has prepared for you. There were moments when you wondered why people suddenly turned against you for no clear reason, why confusion entered your mind out of nowhere, why things that once came easily started becoming difficult, why your peace was constantly under attack. But heaven is saying this pressure is proof that movement is happening in the spiritual realm. The enemy always attacks hardest before a breakthrough because he knows his time is limited. He wants you distracted, discouraged, emotionally overwhelmed, and spiritually exhausted, so you will quit before the blessing arrives. But God is telling you to hold on, because what is coming is bigger than the pain you are currently feeling. The attacks were designed to make you doubt yourself, to make you question your purpose, to convince you that nothing will ever change. But if God was not preparing something powerful for your life, the warfare would not be this intense. Darkness only fights what carries light. The enemy only targets people who are capable of breaking cycles, inspiring others, and walking in divine purpose. You have survived battles that should have destroyed you completely, and the fact that you are still standing is proof that God's hand has been protecting you the entire time. This season is not meant to break you. It is meant to prepare you. Every challenge is building strength inside of you. Every delay is teaching patience. Every betrayal is increasing your discernment. God is using this pressure to shape you into a stronger version of yourself before the elevation happens. And when the breakthrough finally arrives, you will realize that every battle was confirmation that something massive was on the way. Chosen one, a powerful season of breakthrough and restoration is entering your life, and God is asking you to prepare your heart for what is coming. The struggles you endured were never meant to last forever. The sleepless nights, the disappointment, the delays, and the silent battles were only temporary chapters in your story. Heaven has not forgotten your prayers. Every tear you cried in private, every moment you kept going while feeling empty inside, and every time you trusted God even when life made no sense has been seen. Now the season is changing, and what once felt impossible is about to move in your favor. God is bringing sudden blessings into your life that will catch even you by surprise. Doors that remained closed for years are about to open without explanation. Opportunities you thought were lost are returning in unexpected ways. Financial increase is coming after seasons of struggle and lack. The same God who carried you through hard times is about to show you what abundance feels like. You have spent enough time worrying about survival. Now God is shifting you into a season where peace, stability, and favor will begin flowing into your life naturally. Healing is also coming to areas where you secretly felt broken. God is restoring your confidence after betrayal. He is healing your heart after disappointment. He is removing fear, anxiety, and emotional heaviness that followed you for too long. The enemy tried to convince you that your pain would last forever, but God says restoration is your portion. The wounds people caused will no longer control your future. You are entering a season where your smile will become genuine again, your spirit will feel lighter, and your joy will return stronger than before. What looked delayed was never denied. God was aligning the right timing, the right people, and the right opportunities behind the scenes. Sometimes blessings take time because heaven is making sure everything is prepared correctly before release. But now things are beginning to move rapidly. Connections are aligning, answers are arriving, favor is locating you in ways you never expected. Your comeback will not happen quietly. The same people who saw you struggle will witness your elevation. They will see God lift you in ways no human effort could explain. This next chapter of your life will be proof that God can restore everything the enemy tried to steal. Your peace will return. Your strength will return. Your confidence will return. And the breakthrough coming into your life will remind everyone, including yourself, that God was working behind the scenes the entire time. Chosen one, the next chapter of your life will require a different version of you. You cannot enter this new season carrying the same fear, the same emotional attachments, and the same need for validation from people who never truly valued you. God is calling you into a season where your peace must become more important than being accepted by everyone around you. Too much of your energy has been wasted trying to explain yourself to people determined to misunderstand you. Too much time has been spent chasing approval from people who could never recognize the greatness God placed inside of you. But now heaven is telling you to let go and trust the process. Faith will be necessary where God is taking you. Not everything will make sense immediately. There will be moments when God asks you to walk away from familiar places, familiar people, and comfortable situations without showing you the full picture right away. That is where trust comes in. The chosen one must learn how to follow God, even when the path feels uncertain. You do not need to know every detail to trust the one guiding your steps. God sees what you cannot see. He knows which doors will lead to peace and which ones will lead to destruction. Some things had to fall apart because they were blocking the future He planned for you. Protecting your peace is no longer optional. It is necessary for your growth. Not everyone deserves access to your energy, your heart, or your mind. Some people bring confusion wherever they go. Some people only contact you when they need something. Others secretly compete with you while pretending to support you. God is revealing these connections for a reason. Stop ignoring red flags just because you fear being alone. Being alone with peace is far better than being surrounded by people who drain your spirit. You must also stop chasing validation from the world. Your worth is not determined by who accepts you, applauds you, or stays in your life. God already confirmed your value long before people formed opinions about you. The problem is that you spend too much time looking for reassurance from humans instead of trusting what heaven already said about you. Not everyone will understand your calling, and not everyone is meant to walk beside you in this season. Some people are assigned to your journey temporarily, not permanently. What God has prepared for your future is far greater than anything you lost in the past. The relationships that ended, the opportunities that disappeared, and the doors that closed were not the end of your story. They were necessary separations, preparing you for something bigger. Sometimes God removes small things because He is preparing to release something massive. If you keep looking backward at what left, you will miss what is trying to enter your life now. This next season requires confidence. Confidence in God's timing. Confidence in your purpose. Confidence in the fact that everything happening right now is working together for your good, even if you do not fully understand it yet. Stop doubting yourself every time life becomes difficult. Stop questioning your worth because certain people failed to recognize it. The chosen one carries a different kind of assignment, and that assignment often requires walking alone before walking into elevation. Trust God even when the process feels uncomfortable. Trust Him when doors close unexpectedly. Trust Him when people walk away. Trust Him when the waiting season feels longer than expected. God has never lost control of your life. Every delay, every lesson, every heartbreak, and every unexpected change has been shaping you for the destiny ahead. And when you finally step into the peace, favor, and breakthrough God has prepared for you, you will realize that protecting your peace and trusting His timing was one of the greatest decisions you ever made.